Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson, which is about the past simple and the past continuous. Let's try and answer these questions. What did you have for lunch yesterday? What were you doing yesterday at 2 o'clock? This is Peter. Yesterday he wanted to make some pancakes. While he was making some pancakes, he dropped the pan. So, he was cooking when he dropped the pan. You can also say, he dropped the pan when he was cooking. In this sentence, we have two tenses, the past simple and the past continuous. The past simple, he dropped the pan, is usually used to describe completed actions in the past. For example, Peter dropped the pan on the ground. To talk about habits in the past. Anne played the piano every day when she was a child. To talk about a series of completed actions in the past. For example, she sat down, took out a notebook and a pen, and started taking notes. In case of the negatives, we make the negative with didn't and the infinitive verb. For example, Peter didn't drop the pan on the ground. Notice that drop here is in the infinitive verb without to. Similarly, we use did in the question as well. For example, did Peter drop the pen on the ground? Yes, he did. As an exercise, try and put the verbs in the correct form. Use the past simple. On the other hand, we have the past continuous. He was cooking. We use the past continuous to describe an interrupted action in the past. For example, while Peter was cooking, he dropped the pan on the ground. To describe an action that was already in progress, or it was continuing at a certain time in the past. Yesterday at 2 o'clock I was eating lunch. To show that an activity was in progress for some time, not for just a short moment, for a length of time. For example, Anne was working in the garden all day. To describe parallel actions, parallel means happening at the same time, simultaneously. For example, I was studying while my brother was watching TV. These two actions were happening at the same time, parallel to each other. To describe annoying and repeated actions in the past, with always. For example, he was always mocking my short hair. In the negative, just add not to the auxiliary verb was or were. Then the verb in the ing. For example, I wasn't eating yesterday at 2 o'clock. I was studying. In the question, we swap between the auxiliary verb and the subject. For example, were you studying science yesterday evening? As an exercise, try and put the verbs in the correct form. Use the past continuous. Finally, let's remember Peter's example. He was trying to cook when he dropped the pan. So, we use these two tenses together to show that the past simple action happened in the middle of the past continuous action, while it was in progress. And that's it for today. Thank you.